when you're speaking and you're talking about change in our community, like I would like to know like who's your target audience, because I just don't believe the people in the hood, the poor people, people who don't have much means, have the ability, the huge ability to change this whole stratosphere what we're going through. So I believe that the people who are at the elite have the ability to change by pumping resources back into the community. So I hear you speaking with much enthusiasm, but I always just want to know who you're actually talking to help with this change in this.
Good question. My answer would be the target audience is the whole community. It's those on the bottom, it's those at the top, it's also those that are in between. Going back to your point of wealth, one of the biggest things I see, and I'm coming from the psychological side, we're probably the only group in America, the only cultural group who does not believe in intergenerational financial planning. Black folks, whether we poor or rich, we do not plan for our grandchildren's success.
Right.
We plan for ours and maybe our children's. But being a therapist, I end up working with white families, European, Jewish, Latino, all types of people come to therapy. And one of the biggest differences I notice between us and them is they don't consider themselves to be financially set unless their grandchildren's grandchildren are set. So if you ask them, are you wealthy? They don't answer it from a first-person perspective. In order for them to tell you that they're wealthy, they must feel that they have enough assets in order for their grandchildren's grandchildren to eat off of their estate. That's not us. We're selfish. We think about ourselves and we think about the next generation. And then when you look at our financial statistics as a people, they're absolutely horrible. We talk about Wilmington, Delaware, the educational outcomes in Wilmington. Well, guess what? We spent $600 million on McDonald's last year, nationally. Black people spent $2 billion on Air Jordans, $4 billion on alcohol, $9 billion on weave and perm for 1 year. With that type of money, why doesn't every child in Wilmington have the prerogative to attend, not a charter school, because they're still public, but an independent African-centered school? Every city in America should have an independent African-centered school. We spend more at the supermarket and on our feet and on our body than we do to put information in our children's heads. Now, there's certain institutions we can't control. You cannot create your own criminal justice system. You cannot create your own legal system, but you can create your own school system. So it's absolutely unacceptable for our boys to be going from preschool to prison when they live in a community that spends $9 billion on hair or $2 billion on sneakers or $4 billion on alcohol. So I say that to say this. Before we can have any other revolution in the black community, political, economic, family, you got to have a psychological revolution. Until black people change the way we think about ourselves and our future, nothing else changes. Because you can take the slave out of slavery, but only the slave can take the slavery out of himself.
The relationship between black people and white people is based on a power dynamic. Just like the relationship between a man and a woman is based on a power dynamic. The relationship between a parent and a child, a boss and an employee is a power